All right, let's get right to it. As a senior recruiter, I see hundreds, sometimes thousands of developer resumes every single week. And today, I'm going to pull back the curtain and give you the exact roadmap that gets a resume out of that giant maybe pile and straight into the we absolutely must interview this person list. This isn't just another guide to learning Python, it's the blueprint for getting hired.
Look, let's be blunt. A huge part of my job is to find reasons to say no. There are just too many candidates. So this guide, it's all about building a profile so strong that it makes it impossible for me to say no. We're going to completely reverse engineer the hiring process so you are the perfect candidate for the 2026 job market.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to build your universal foundation, the skills every single developer needs. Then, you're going to choose a high-demand career path. After that, it's all about building undeniable proof of your skills, deploying your work so we can actually see it, and finally, tying it all together in a 6-month sprint. Okay, let's dive in.
Before you even think about specializing, you have to build the engine. These skills are the absolute non-negotiables. They're what get your resume past the first pass, the automated filters, regardless of what kind of Python job you want down the line.
You've got 6 months, and the clock starts right now. This is your first test of discipline. By the end of this week, yes, this week, you need to have your professional environment set up. That's Python and VS Code installed, and you need to be comfortable with virtual environments using VNV and installing packages with pip. This isn't optional, it's the starting line.
Okay, this right here, this is the first major filter we use. Object-oriented programming is how we separate the hobbyists from the people we might actually hire. Before you can even think about specializing, you have to get this down cold. I'm talking classes, inheritance, polymorphism, the whole shebang. It's the language of professional software, and without it, you're not getting a technical interview. Period.
Next up, the tools of a modern software team. These are absolute table stakes. When I see Git, GitHub, and Docker on a resume, it tells me one thing. This person can slot into our workflow on day 1. Git proves you understand how to collaborate on code. And Docker Basics, that proves you know how to package your application so it runs anywhere. Don't even think about skipping these.
Now, you want to really stand out? This is how. Even if the job description doesn't explicitly ask for it, seeing multi-threading or asynchronous programming on a resume is a massive green flag. It tells me you're not just thinking about making code work, you're thinking about making it work efficiently and at scale. You're thinking like a senior engineer, and that gets my attention every time.
So, I get this question constantly. Why do I have to bother with all this computer science theory? I just want to build cool stuff. The answer is brutally simple. Theory is how you pass the technical interview. Building things gets you the interview in the first place, but understanding the theory is what gets you the job offer.
And this is exactly why it matters. See the code on the left? For a simple script, yeah, it works. But throw a real-world amount of data at it, and it'll slow to a crawl and probably crash. It doesn't scale. The solution on the right, though, it's efficient. It's built to handle pressure. Knowing the difference and being able to explain why it matters is what separates a junior candidate from a professional engineer.
Okay, foundation's built. Now comes the big decision. It's time to pick your lane. And this is critical because the path you choose from here will define your portfolio, your job search, and really the start of your career. We're going to focus on the 2 tracks that are in the highest demand right now.
So who are you? Are you an optimizer? Someone who gets satisfaction from digging into a company's internal processes and making them faster, more efficient, and more reliable through code? Or are you an architect? Someone who wants to build the user-facing websites and APIs that customers interact with every single day? Both are incredibly valuable, but they are different paths.
And just to be clear, there is a third related path: data analytics. The key difference is this. An automation developer might use pandas to generate a report. They're focused on executing a process. A data analyst lives inside pandas and NumPy to extract insights from the data itself. They're focused on asking questions and finding answers. It's a subtle but important distinction.
All right, let's talk about the most important part of your profile. Your resume? That's just a list of claims. Your portfolio, your GitHub profile, that's the hard evidence. This is where you prove you can do what you say you can do. You need to pour your energy into this.
And don't just build anything, build these. For the automation track, show me you can work with data from the real world. A web scraper using the request library, a bot that manipulates Excel files with OpenPyXL, or an automated reporting tool using pandas to generate insights. Perfect. For web dev, I need to see a full working service. A blog, a task manager, something with user accounts.
Let's spotlight a great automation project, a simple file organizer. It might not sound super glamorous, but it demonstrates a core skill. You can write a script that interacts with the operating system to solve a tedious, real-world problem. You'd be surprised how many business problems boil down to exactly that. It's practical and it's proof.
And for you aspiring web developers, this is the gold standard right here. A clean, well-documented REST API for something like a task manager. Building this with a modern framework like Fast API, hooking it up to a database, and following REST principles proves you get it. This is literally what companies are hiring junior backend developers to do right now.
Now, building these projects is only half the job. Let me be very clear. If I can't click a link and see your project running live on the internet, it might as well not exist. Deployment is that final, crucial step. It turns your code from a folder on your laptop into credible, verifiable proof of your skills.
And deployment looks different for each track. For an automation script, the goal is reliable, scheduled execution on a server, probably using a tool like cron inside a Docker container. For web development, it's all about public, scalable access. And when I see tools like Render, Railway, or AWS on your resume, it signals that you understand the entire modern cloud workflow, from code to deployment. It's a massive plus.
Okay, let's zoom out and put all these pieces together. This is your 6-month sprint. This is the plan that takes you from where you are today to being a job-ready developer.
Now pay very close attention to this breakdown. A full 50% of your time, that's 3 solid months, needs to be dedicated to building your specialized portfolio projects. Let me say that again, because it's that important. Half of your time is spent building proof. That's not a suggestion, it's the strategy.
In your final month, you shift gears. You're no longer just a learner, you're a candidate. This means practicing basic LeetCode problems so you're ready for those technical screens. It means finding a small open-source project to contribute to, showing you can collaborate, and it means applying to jobs professionally and consistently. This is how you cross the finish line.
So, there you have it. The path is laid out. The checklist is clear. The only question left is, who are you going to be 6 months from today? The automator who makes businesses run like clockwork, or the web builder who creates the products people love? The choice is yours. The industry is ready and waiting. Good luck!